Cringer here of the Guinea Pig Collective. Today, we are going to be talking about a franchise I get my name from. We are going to be talking about
and the Masters of the Universe.
Yep, that's right, Cringer. Today we are going to be talking about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Now, what I actually have here is one of the old original He-Man figures that I actually found over my father's house. Surprised that it's still in as good shape as it is. But we're not just talking about that. We are going to be talking about the new retro ones that they came out with. Now, I know that these came out, the end of last year and everything, but I wanted to do a comparison between the two. So, alright, we got him out of the package. And he comes with this nice little bag of weapons. Got the axe, the shield, and the sword. Now, the sword is slightly different than the original one, so go ahead and we'll open it up and take a look at that too. As you can see, the sword has been changed slightly. It's a little bit wider. It does still come in the half though, like the original one, so that's kind of cool. The buckler shield looks a lot different than the original one. Similar, but different. And the axe is a lot different. It barely looks like the original one. But I guess it's close enough for a remake. So the figure itself, he looks a lot like him, but there are a lot of noticeable differences. So first off, we're going to head and take a look at that center of his chest piece, the Iron Cross. You can see that Iron Cross looks a lot different than this one. This one is a lot more symmetrical, where this one is not. It's a small nitpick. These are square. These are a little bit more like kind of like a rectangular shape in a way, but they're oblong. And one thing you'll notice, we're PC time, so we can't have He-Man nipples. Cannot have them. Because He-Man was a diva, and he had to show off his nipples for everybody. Can't have that. Not today. And, of course, the face is a lot different. It's a completely remolded face. It's got similar touches, but, yeah, look at the hair, though. Hair is, like, more cartoonish. The bright yellow, as opposed to that, like, dirty blonde that He-Man used to have. And the skin tone is a little bit different, too. Even the skin tone is slightly off. And, of course, the boots. With the fur and the highlights and even the color. There was no color on the original armband, where he had a long gauntlet type band on this one. He just got two of the exact same wrist gauntlets on there. And the muscle sizes, they're very similar. I think maybe this one's got beefier legs. And the chest looks a little bit wider. Like, this guy looks a little bit more narrow. But I mean, otherwise, as a reproduction and trying to get close to the original one, it's not horrible. It's pretty decent. And this one is supposed to be superposable, so let's take a look at that. Well, legs seem to move out a little bit, and they don't really turn very good this way. It doesn't really turn very well. The knees kind of bend a little bit. This is not overall like easily posable. It doesn't seem. See if we can make him look like the original figure with that pose. It's supposed to have an ankle pivot here, and even that doesn't move very well. It's very, very stiff. That one's a little more loose, but it's just like a turn. It's not a really good pivot. It turns here a little bit. That turns fairly easy. Yeah, but these legs, God, these legs do not move very well at all. Super posable, huh? Let's see the arms. God, they are stiff. Good God, they barely move at all. Holy crud, they barely move. So overall, the posability of this, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. These these joints barely move at all. They're so stiff, so very stiff. And like even trying to get them into the original pose the old figure has, it's damn near impossible. Because these joints just don't really want to bend. Yeah. Kind of close. Almost. Let's see what kind of arm rotation. Well, at least the arms move good. Even if the elbows barely move at all. And that's one weird thing. Look at that hand. It's like all jacked up. Like he's getting ready to handle something else. Like that hand was just wide open on the original one. I don't know, that's kind of weird. And he's got head movement at least. That's kind of nifty. Now, I don't think all these figures look like that. I actually had two. This guy, later on in the channel, I'm going to wind up giving him away, I believe. Because I don't need two of them. I wonder if they both have that same hand thing. Here's the other one. He has it to a lesser degree, but yeah, he does have kind of like the bent up fingers and everything. I just don't think it's quite as bad as this guy. Like that just looks weird. I mean, overall, to get somewhere in the ballpark of the original figure, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not a perfect reproduction of it. It's not bad. I mean, I think if this thing was a little bit more posable like they claimed it was, it'd be better. Now, I don't know if they're all like this. This is a little bit later one than the first one I got, because this was the first one I got. I got that a while ago. And I guess that's maybe why the hand's slightly better on this one than that one. Because this is a little bit later of a mold. I mean, it looks good. And if you're just going to put it on a stand as part of a collection, I don't think it would be a problem with that. But, I mean, if you're looking for something that's, like, really posable like they claim, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, and it really is a shame because it's not a horrible-looking figure. I mean, I still prefer the original one more, but it's not horrible looking. I think maybe they just missed the mark on this here whole posability angle. That arm just doesn't even move. It's just nuts. But he's got a nice little wrist turn, huh? Oh, that makes up for the hand, for the arms not moving right. Yeah, is what it is. Prefer the original. The retro one is not bad, but they definitely missed the mark on some of it. I did pick up the rest of that first wave somehow. I managed to, and we'll go ahead and take a look at them. So there you go with the first wave of figures. Skeletor. Skeletor don't look half bad either. Beastman. Not shabby, not shabby at all. Tila. Man-at-Arms, and of course Evelyn. Not bad looking at all. I mean, the Evelyn and I think the Tila are probably the closest to the original figure, since that's pretty much how they stood. So if you're looking for the original poses, you know, those ones are almost already spot on. You don't have to really do much. Man-at-Arms, I mean, I'm sure that his posability is probably the same as the He-Man's. Extremely tight joints. Like, maybe if you worked with him long enough, maybe those things will loosen up a little bit, but I don't know. But, I mean, as far as looking like the old retro toys, I mean, they don't look half bad. Not bad at all. And even the back of the boxes. To give you a little rundown, give you pictures. It feels very much like the old school toy packaging, the way they did everything. And yeah, in case you didn't notice, they each come with a little comic book in them too. So I'm sure the comic book doesn't really look anything like the original ones, but once again, I mean, I think they got it very close. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this comic that came with it. Very teeny tiny little comic. Not a whole lot to it. That's a nice nod back to the original stuff. I mean, the drawing is obviously a little bit more modern age cartoon drawings. And then we have the original booklet. Original booklet, of course, is a lot thicker. This one came in 2 different languages, so. But at the end of the first one, just like they show on the back of this, they got a show off of the figures in that series. So, I mean, it's a very good nod to the original. Maybe not as well done, but it's very similar. I give them props for coming as close as they could. So, if I was telling somebody whether or not these are worth getting, I think they're worth getting for the retro look and the retro respect. And they did pay enough nods to the original one that they're not bad. Not exact, but you're probably not going to get exact anyway. Not today. But they are decent enough. So, I mean, if you like He-Man and you like the original versions and you don't want to spend the money to get an original one, these are not a bad substitute. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of these retro ones? Do you think they hit the mark, or do you think they missed it a little bit too much? And, of course, remember, if you like what you've seen and what you heard, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you were subscribed and not any longer, I would appreciate you resubscribing, because we here at the Guinea Pig Collective are the most hated guinea pigs on YouTube, and they like to screw with us all the time. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or shouldn't like, because your silence gives consent. Now, I'll catch you all next time. Later, y'all.